My name is Nathan Vining. I'm a criminal defense attorney in Indiana, and I'm going to give you 3 tips on what to do if you're facing a criminal case in Kosciusko County, Indiana. And the first tip, it may seem obvious, but it's know your court dates. If you don't show up for a court date, you could oftentimes end up with a warrant for your arrest or face some other issues or even have your bond revoked. So it's very important to know your court dates. But what you may not know is that this information is highly accessible in Indiana. There's a website, mycase.in.gov. You can go in there, and here's a screenshot of it. You can search by your name or your case number, and with that you can go and see what all's been filed in your case. You can see what important dates there are, as well as when you need to show up next. So the first thing to do is just know your court dates. The second thing that's important to know is that it can help a lot if you work closely with your attorney. If you've been arrested, your attorney wasn't there, and they don't know all of what happened. They don't know what the officer said, what his reasonings were for the stop. So it's important to work with them so they really know your story, so they can identify maybe there's some witnesses that could help your case. There could be some video out there that you need to find that your attorney can go and subpoena places and get, or there could be issues like suppression issues for the reason why you were stopped or came in contact with law enforcement. So it's important to work closely with your attorney so they know all the nuances and details so they can be able to help you. And the third thing is that, again, a lot of times a person hires an attorney and just hopes for the best. But there's actually a lot of things that you can do to help improve your case. For instance, if you were involved in some kind of battery, you can do some anger management. Maybe if you have a drug or alcohol case, you can do some substance abuse courses. Or you can do things like pursue education or get a job. If you ultimately end up convicted or you take a plea deal, you want to end up showing yourself that you've put yourself in the best position possible and make the judge convinced that you're in a different position at the day of sentencing than you were when you were arrested. Things like that can actually make a big difference. And as an attorney, I talk to my clients a lot about how to best position ourselves, not just to win the case based on the facts and law, but also how do we take you into a position to improve the final outcome. So if you have questions, feel free to give me a call. I practice throughout Indiana, but I do practice in Kosciusko County. Here's the Kosciusko County Courthouse. It's actually not the old traditional courthouse. You have to go into the place across the street. There's several courts there. Check in at the front, and they will direct you to the right place. But again, if you have questions, feel free to call or text. I'd be happy to take a look at your case and let you know what we could do.